Red Dread Entertainment, what is up? Akasan here. Let's just go ahead and do this. The Deadpool spoiler review. Basically, probably saying the same thing that I said in the previous one. If you want to see the full encapsulating thing, check out the non-spoiler review. And I'll give you the short spoiler review here with Deadpool. Like I was saying, I thought with the departure of the original director of the movie, the first movie, I felt like the action sort of took a dive and the story wasn't as driven and as strong as the first movie. The idea of Cable just coming back in time, trying to kill this fat kid or overweight kid, was just as simple as that. That's all it was. That was the entire movie, basically. And the idea of the fact that Deadpool was trying to find a way to turn this kid's life around, it was just the writing was kind of there, and that was it. That was basically it. Like, it was really simple in that sort of sense, but and then because of that, it's fine to have that kind of story, but having the action being sort of like whatever on that, it just didn't really have that same, that same strength, I suppose. And there weren't a lot of extra players involved like the first movie. You know, you had a bunch of different bad guys you could sort of fight, and sometimes Deadpool would stop and be like, oh shit, like, hey, I haven't met up with you in a while. The biggest surprise for everybody was Juggernaut showing up. The Juggernaut, bitch! That was actually kind of cool to see the Juggernaut show up in there. And I thought that was kind of cool to have the X-Men briefly, I saw Beast, Quicksilver, maybe a few other people show up quickly and then close the door. I thought that was pretty goddamn funny. Some of the trailers gave away, like I was saying in the non-spoiler review, Deadpool walking around in the wheelchair, they kind of gave it away in the trailer, and I remembered that. So when he was kind of just rolling around and they didn't show the full-fledged scene yet, everybody in the theater was laughing the moment they backed out and you saw that he was in the wheelchair. But I knew he was in the wheelchair already when he was kind of moving, just, like this frame. So I don't know what, I guess people really don't watch trailers, or they don't remember the scenes from the trailer that much. So, Colossus fighting Juggernaut was awesome. Even Deadpool kind of made a joke about it as a giant CG fight, but what made it work really well was the music in there. The SX, you know who I'm talking about. I mentioned this in the non-spoiler review with Sinister, Mr. Sinister, that whole company, right? I like that it kind of made it built up with some cool stuff, and I thought that would have been really nice. Hopefully that they could expand on that. I really hope there's going to be a way where we can get the whole X universe on board. Everything's kind of written out fairly well, because I would like to. I don't know if I would want to see Deadpool in an X-Men movie, but I thought that the Deadpool is telling Deadpool. Pool 2 is really helping grow the X universe and telling the X stories a lot more. It actually looks a lot more interesting. It has a more interesting feel than I've been getting from the, we'll just call them young X-Men, in the movies that have been coming out as of late, post Days of Future and Past. Future. That was the Japanese title. Anyways, as I was kind of saying before, the after credits was one of the most interesting scenes, with him going back in time, them fixing the damn thing, and going back in time and just fixing up everything. I will say that I think one of the reasons my mood was kind of disappointed in the beginning of the movie, or for the good amount of the movie, was the fact that them killing his girl and her fine ass really kind of brought me down a bit, because I really enjoyed her a lot in the first movie, and they kind of worked off of each other fairly well. And the fact that they took her out so I wouldn't say easily, but the fact that they just took her out, and it really took this dramatic turn for the movie. Like I was like, oh shit, this is going to be kind of an emotional movie, and they're really trying to build up Deadpool as like a human, like a character. Like I said, they were focusing more on the Wade Wilson character instead of the Deadpool character. I don't know, the I don't give a fuck type character, right? So I was kind of down about that, but then them going back in time and her getting brought back was pretty fucking funny. Funny and made me happy that she can come back for another movie. Him going back to the Wolverine Origins movie. What did it call? Wolverine Zero or X-Men Zero in Japan. And shooting himself. I thought that was funny. It was really funny to see them redo that again and revisit it. And of course, they had to go back to the Green Lantern situation. And sometimes I feel like, damn, dude, he is really mad about that. He is really fucking pissed. And like he can't even make fun of it. Like he literally shot himself in the head. The Green Lantern script, man. Even Warner Brothers has kind of gotten in on it on the Twitter, actually. Not the movie, but about him getting married or something like that. Check out Twitter if you know my Twitter if you want to see more about that. Anything else that can I think of spoilers? Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt showing up in the movie was really fucking funny, actually. Like, cause everybody was just like, wait, what? Wait, what's that? I was like, holy shit. I thought that was awesome that he was in the movie for a good amount of time, but you only really see him once. Juggernaut. Domino I thought was pretty damn cool in the movie. Peter. Okay, so the fact that they killed off X-Force so early in the story was actually pretty fucking funny. It was fucking funny because they were taken out so early that I didn't really know what that was going to happen next, but I was wondering what is going to happen next. But not much really happened after that, like a huge battle or so. So the fact that they went back and saved a good amount of X-Force, I think Shatterstar is still dead. The Terry Crews, whoever he was playing, is still dead. But Peter's still alive. Peter is still alive, and that worked out fairly well on that side. Shatterstar, I thought was kind of like, I'm kind of sad that they took him out because I was like, oh shit, dude, he looks dope as hell. Like, and they even mentioned a Mojo World. Like, they did a good, like, they were making me interested. I'm like, hell yeah, we're about to build up some inclusion into the X universe. Like I said, Deadpool 2 did a really good job of building the X universe a lot more. And then they just fucking killed Shatterstar. Like, they made the jokes with Rob Liefeld I thought was kind of interesting as well. Man, allergies or something. There's a lot of the jokes I kind of felt were a bit hit or miss sometimes. Like I said previously, the DC jokes were the funniest, and the whole audience was laughing. That got the loudest pop of the night, other than him going back to the Wolverine movie and killing himself. Like, they did that really well. But the DC, I was very surprised. Like, the DC jokes were the strongest ones. Even the one where he talked about the whole, I went back to fight my arch nemesis or something, but then we stopped because we found out our mothers had the same name. It's like, people like really enjoyed the shit out of those jokes. I felt kind of bad for DC, but oh well. It happens, right? I think that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. Like I said, like, I liked the movie, but I definitely felt it didn't have its impact, the same impact as the first one. It focused more on the storytelling, or emotional telling, And it was really weird to see after Homegirl was killed, to see him running in the rain and really like upset about some stuff, whereas the first movie was just like, I don't give a fuck about what happens. So they chose a different direction for whatever reasons, and I think most Deadpool fans will really enjoy it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine for Deadpool fans. I just personally think I enjoyed the first one a little bit more, of the way the action played out. The way it was just directed and shot. You love that editing take right there? Okay, the battery is almost dead. This one as well, and the card is almost full. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the spoiler review of Deadpool 2. Definitely recommend you to go out and see it if you want to avoid some of the biggest people on the internet will probably be talking about it. Those in your particular circle making references. My favorite part of the movie, I think, was Deadpool getting on top of Juggernaut. Which was also a great surprise to have Juggernaut in there, and he was like, come on, big guy, the sun is getting low, the sun is going down, the sun is getting low, the sun is going down. Like, such a fucking, that reference was so funny, man. So funny. Yeah, alright, that's it, guys. I'm gonna get on out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out all the other videos, and I shall talk to you on the next one. X-Force is actually this way, where Wakanda Forever this way. And I think, yeah, so actually technically Wonder Woman and Deadpool do it this way. The Wakandans do it this way. I'm so done. Peace.